In this video, I'm going to show you how to take some data, make a scatter plot, and then include the linear regression line on your scatter plot. So the data that I have showing is some data from a class I taught in the past where I was just curious as to the relationship between the number of absences students had and the course grade. So independent variable is on the left and the dependent variable on the right hand side. First thing is just use your mouse to highlight the data. Okay, don't highlight the names or the column headings, just the data itself. Then click on Insert and come over here to where you see this little icon or says XY scatter when you hover over it. And then we're going to click on just the scatter plot, the points themselves, not the connected scatter plot. And you will see a scatter plot pop up. I'm going to make that just a little bigger so we can see it easier. Every graph needs some labels on the axis, both the horizontal and the vertical axis. And we also do need a title. So chart title happens to be up there. That's probably not a very descriptive name. So I'm going to call this course performance. And to add on the axes labels, you can go over here in the upper left corner to add chart elements, and you will see axes titles. We can do the primary horizontal, and at the same time I'm going to go ahead and put in the primary vertical. And then you can come and label each one. So this is number of absences on my horizontal, and on my vertical, this is course grade, and that is in percent. Okay, so there is my scatter plot. The next thing that we need to do is then put in the trend line. So to do that, make sure you have clicked on the chart, because when you do, it will put up some options here on chart design and formatting. Okay, we want to go back to this point where we have an chart design. We want to add the chart element. We want to add a trend line. So we're going to come down to more trend line options, and it will pull up a menu here. We do want the linear regression model. Our data does look fairly linear, so that's an appropriate choice. And then at the bottom, you want to click two things. You want to click Display Equation on Chart, and you also want to display the R-squared value on the chart. And for whatever reason, those always appear in the most inconvenient spot. It's always like right on top of the data. It's always just such a weird spot. But anyway, move them to wherever you want so that it's a little bit more convenient. And then this is something that you can now copy and paste into a Word document, into a Google Doc, wherever you want, as well as you can, of course, highlight your data itself, copy and paste that into a Word document or a Google Doc as well. So it's as simple as that, but again, don't forget to include your axes titles. Don't forget to include a title on the chart. One other thing, do pay attention that this value here is an R-squared value. We will be analyzing the value of R, and that should help you with figuring out how to do a linear regression in Excel.